Hi, Lovelies, and welcome to the Motivational Mama Podcast. Welcome back if you were here for our launch episode last week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that I was able to get that out for you guys. Anyways, I am your host, London Marie, and it is my goal to create a space for healing and feeling for anyone that's on their journey for healing their inner child. That's what I'm here for. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about showing yourself grace. Literally giving yourself the grace that you give everybody else. Giving yourself the grace that God gives you. That's what we're going to talk about today. So stay tuned. Before we get started, I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, The Fiscal Dose. They are a personal finance and career development service. They strategize and help individuals with resume creations, with LinkedIn profiles and optimization. They help with personal finance and budgeting and debt planning as well. And they also do career coaching and interview management. So if you are interested in getting in touch with them, visit their website at www.thefiscaldose.com. And be sure to sign up for their newsletter so you can get your weekly dose of financial tips and tricks in your inbox. Okay, so I like to start every episode just asking how you guys are. Like how you really are. How are you really feeling? Are you good? Are you sad? Are you mad? Are you angry? Say it out loud. I don't care who's around. Say it out loud. Get it out of you. Because honestly, I can tell you, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good today. I have got a lot of tasks done and I am just feeling very confident. I'm feeling very competent. Like today is a good day. The rain held off. We have been getting a lot of the rain from Hurricane Ian. So yeah, the rain it's been good today. I'm grateful. I'm still a little stuffy, but that's allergies. I don't think that's going anywhere. So we just gonna roll with it. But yeah, so let's just talk about giving yourself grace. When I think of giving myself grace, I honestly think of apologizing to myself. And that is for anything. If I had a bad day, if I dropped something by accident, broke a glass, if I missed out on an opportunity, for whatever reason that may be, I truly just try to apologize to myself, because a lot of the things that happen to us in life, unfortunately, don't happen on purpose. No, we contribute to it, for sure. But a lot of it doesn't happen on purpose unless you are just an active self-sabotaging individual, which prayerfully you guys are not. And if you are, we're going to work on that, sis, because I need you to stop self-sabotaging. So I wrote down 5 ways that I like to show myself grace and ways I have helped myself in those low moments. Just give myself the grace that I give other people, that I extend to other people. So the first one is, don't be perfect, be real. Out of the gate, that phrase just smacks me in the face. Because a lot of times in our life, we find ourselves being performative, intentionally and unintentionally, and we have to do a better job at checking ourselves on that. Because when we start to do things for other people, we start to remove the grace from ourselves, because we start to think like, we should have known better. I should have did better. But I mean, honestly, sis, how many times have you known better and didn't do better? How many times did you not know better, therefore you didn't do better? Like, it happens. So when you are authentic and you are being real, you remove that expectation for being perfect. And that is the goal. God does not expect you to be perfect. He expects you to be real. That's why he loves you the way that you are. That's why he created you the way that you are. He appreciates you. He respects you. He honors you. He cherishes you because you are being real. God sees the real you regardless of whether or not that's the front that you put on for everybody else. So why not just be real? Don't be perfect, be real. The second thing is to mess up, but don't make yourself feel bad. What is the phrase? Is the pot called the kettle black? That's the phrase? That's me. There are so many times where I have messed up in life And I would literally beat myself up for that one thing. So it's okay to admit that you're wrong, but don't let that guilt eat you alive. Don't become a victim to your own punishment. The way that I like to think of it, especially since I have a toddler, I put a lot of aspects in life in monster form. So like, for example, when I'm trying to get my daughter to brush her teeth, I'm like, "Ooh, girl, the cavity monster, he gonna get you. You better brush your teeth." Because she's 2. She doesn't like to brush her teeth, right? So I like to put things in a form that kind of instills a healthy sense of fear of making sure that you get something done. But when it comes to guilt is not a healthy monster. Guilt is a monster that'll stay if you let him be there. So where this comes into practice is allowing yourself to let go of those things that you cannot control. God, that is honestly one of the first prayers that a lot of us are taught is to God, allow me to release the things that I cannot control and focus on the things that I can control. We all know it. We all say it. So when that guilt comes in, that is your time to tap into that. Tap into the ability to focus on the things that you can't control. If it happened in the past and you can't change it, don't let it eat you alive. And ultimately, the one thing that I really want you to remember is just because you have a bad day doesn't mean that you have a bad life. We all have our moments where it is just nonstop, A through Z, back to back, bad things that are happening in our day, but that doesn't mean you have a bad life, you know? So don't beat yourself up because of the things that you can't control. If you can fix it, fix it. If you can change it, change it. But if you can't, let it go. I know sometimes we don't like to hear that, but let it go. The third thing is to give yourself permission to not do everything. As a mom, honestly, this is one that I literally have to repeat to myself every single day, because as a Black mother, we always get that trope that like we're superwoman. You know, she's strong, she's resilient. Like, no, I don't want to be strong today. I don't want to be resilient today. I want to be soft. I want to relax. If that's one thing that I did not see growing up, it is a relaxed woman. I saw successful women. I saw strong women. I saw resilient women. I saw confident women. But to say that I saw a relaxed woman who allowed herself to just be, to just exist, and not feel compelled to do everything, I didn't see that. But I guarantee you my daughter will. I will be that woman. Sis, be that woman. Relax. You don't have to do it all. Rest your shoulders. And in those moments where you feel like you can't, call on God, okay? I know, well, I'm not gonna say I know he's tired of hearing me, because I know he's not tired of hearing me. My God. My God, love hearing my voice. But what I'm saying is when those moments happen and you feel the need to just carry everything, give it to God. And my abuelita, one thing that she always told me was that if you are still worrying about it, you didn't give it to God. J. Moss said it too, baby. Don't pray and worry. Don't pray and worry. So don't feel the need to do everything, to be everything, to have everything. It is okay to just exist in your true self. The fourth thing is to never feel selfish for taking you time. I had to slow that down when I said that, because I felt like I was really talking to myself in the mirror. Never feel selfish for taking you time, or me time, as sometimes we call it. Ultimately, with this one, I like to think of it in terms of saying no. Never feel guilty for saying no. And if it does make you feel guilty, think about why that really is. Deep dive into why you saying no about something makes you feel guilty. Because ultimately, when you say no to something or somebody, you are subconsciously saying yes to yourself. So when you say no and something makes you feel bad for saying no, flip that in your head and think, why is saying yes to myself something that I feel bad about? Why is saying yes to myself something that I feel the need to punish myself for? I'm allowed to take time for me. I'm allowed to do things for me. So therefore, I'm going to do things for me. Do things for you, sis. It's easier said than done, but it's okay. The last thing is do something that you're proud of. When you give yourself grace, you allow yourself to enter a realm where no matter what you do, you find the positivity in it. So when you do stuff that you're proud of it. So of course you're going to find the positive in it, right? You are able to paint a new picture. You took those photos. You spent time with your friends that you haven't seen in a while. When you're able to do those things that you're proud of, you are inadvertently giving yourself grace, because you're giving yourself grace to mess up. You're giving yourself grace to get it right. You're giving yourself grace to just be, to just do a task. For me, honestly, when I think of things that I do that I'm proud of, it doesn't have to be this grandiose thing. It literally could be doing the dishes. I don't like doing the dishes. I don't like touching the water. I think it's disgusting. So when I do the dishes, I feel proud of myself. It's a basic chore, but it's something that I feel proud of. Doing the laundry, washing and folding on the same day, within probably about the same hour time span. I feel proud of myself about that. Adulting is crappy. Doing laundry is not fun. I see why there's a service for it. But ultimately, when you do things that you're proud of, you give yourself grace to just exist. There's no expectation for you to get it right. So whatever grace looks like for you, give that to yourself. The grace that you give other people, give that to yourself. The grace that God constantly gives us, give that to yourself. You're not perfect. You're human. But that's what makes you you. That's why God loves you. That's why the people around you surround themselves around you. Because you allow yourself to just exist, and you create that safe space for yourself, but not only just for yourself, but for other people too. So give yourself that grace. Do a little dance in the mirror, okay? Hype yourself up. Pump your head, be your biggest cheerleader. And recognize that at the end of the day, you are the best you that you can be. Love yourself in the season that you're in. Enjoy it, relish it, and learn from it, and keep it pushing. It's easier said than done. I say that about a lot of things, but once it's done, you feel really good about it. I know I do. Well, that concludes our episode. Thank you for tuning in with me this week. If you liked what you heard, hopefully you did. Go over to YouTube and drop a note in the comment section below. Let us know, what are some ways that you give yourself grace? How are you getting better at that? We love to learn more. I love to learn. I love to hear other people's experiences. So let me know, how are you giving yourself grace? Are you giving yourself grace? Are you giving yourself grace? Let us know. But you can find us over at YouTube, as well as finding us on Instagram at Motivational Mama Podcast. We post there as well. And be sure to like and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts also. With love and light, your Motivational Mama.